24 years on a night like this. House was stripping acid out, popped his kid. 24 years on a night like this. What a life this is. 24 years on a night like this. Pops was stripping acid out.
Yo, what's good? It's Writer's Block, and this is the story behind 24. "24" it's a song I wrote about the time me, my dad, and my girlfriend went out to see a concert in Charlotte. It's actually this dude named Sturgill Simpson, which is like country singer, kind of like a psychedelic country singer. So not even like my style necessarily, but it ended up being a dope concert. Me and my dad ate a bunch of mushrooms and had the best time we had ever had together. So that shit was dope as fuck. But on the ride home, he was telling me about how when I was born premature, and so he was like 21 at the time, and he had dropped acid that night, and I was born early. My mom went into labor, and so he had to go to the hospital and be tripping on acid while I was born, which is pretty fucking nuts considering he was on acid when his son was born and he was like 21 years old. And so, you know, that's just early as fuck to have a kid, period. But so I came home on that same energy of just us having like a great time, yada yada, and I made a song about it. 24 years on a night like this, Pops was tripping acid out, popped his kid. And so clearly I'm 24, if you didn't catch that. So 24 years ago on a night like this. And then I go into just kind of like using 24 in different meanings, 24 hours in a day, 24 like Mambo with the fade. And then, you know, kind of go into some history about my life, like 24, wish my mama would have stayed, but she had different plans. I forgive her anyway. So at the end of the day, you gotta forgive. I'm telling you, you gotta forgive, because you hold that in your heart, it's gonna come back at you. It's not gonna be the person that you holding it against. So 24, that's my motherfucking age. But if you ask me, I'm forever in a day, because I truly believe, like, if we leave a legacy, our life is eternal. And so that's what I'm trying to do in this music. And then that goes, I'm speaking about it, eternity, but it goes right back into mortality, because I'm like, 24, how many more do I got left? Because I'm really at the point where I'm like, I'm 24 fucking years old, bro. That shit was crazy when it hit. And so, you know, at best, if I live 100 years, I'm a quarter of the way through. So it's like, it's time to get these visions here, you know, try to make these dreams happen. So 24, how many more do I got left? Dumbest statement is, I heard that I'm not next. It's just because, like, you got to have that confidence. Even though, like, sometimes I'm like, damn, I'm 24, yada yada, I got to get it, I got to get the bag. It's like, fuck that. I know that I'm the best, and when my time comes, like, I'm the best at what I personally do. So it's gonna pay off. Conversations over herb, I'd rather not text. It's like so much shit gets misconstrued behind the phone, so I'd rather just sit, burn an L. If you don't smoke, I'll burn an L for the both of us, and we can talk. Or maybe I won't smoke, who knows, but I'd rather talk in person. I'd rather handle shit in person, because shit always gets misconstrued over the phone. My ideal day starts with some bomb sex. I mean, whose ideal day doesn't start with some bomb sex? You know what I mean? And just on a conquest, young block on a conquest. You focus on my grass, you ain't even mowed your lawn yet. It's like, when I made that bar, I honestly thought it was not that great, but then I had a lot of people coming back and was like, yo, that's my favorite bar on the song. So I was like, word, that's dope. So it comes back to having that confidence. Sometimes you question what you might put in there, but you just gotta, you know, if it's the moment, put it in there. It might pay off in the end. So, you know, you focus on my grass, like you focus on my yard. If it's overgrown, or if I'm taking care of it very well, or whatever it may be, it's like, bro, just mow your own grass. Don't pocket watch. Psychedelic since my first breath. Mental exploration was my first step, so I ain't even have the words yet. I just thought it was really dope. My life's always been psychedelic. I ate mushrooms for the first time at 14, and so like that opened my mind to a lot. And so finding out that like my life kind of started in a psychedelic experience, that shit was pretty gnarly when I found that out. So and then mental exploration was my first steps. I used to live way out in the fucking country, so like I didn't have friends when I was real young, so I just had to use my imagination. So I really was like exploring the frontier of my imagination back then, and it's kind of paid off as I've grown. I forgive, but don't forget. Y'all got hate in your heart, but show love on the surface. It's like, always forgive, but that doesn't necessarily mean you like allow it around you all the time. And so it's like, if someone does something foul to me, I'm not gonna hate them for it. I'm gonna forgive them for it, but they might not always be around me. You getting money but ain't worth shit. You know, a lot of people out here are getting a bag, but it's like, how are they getting the bag? Is it out of like a level of, I guess, like purity or righteousness in a way? Like, are they actually like getting their shit in the right way as far as like hustling? I'm not saying legal. I'm just saying, like, do you have the right intentions behind what you're doing? We all have this beast within us that we can, you know, just get out and do whatever we want to do. But a lot of us keep it caged up because a lot of us allow things to cage it up. But at the end of the day, whatever you say is the reason is just another fucking excuse. So uncage yourself. Do that shit. Whatever it is you've been thinking about, just do that shit.
24 years on a night like this. Pops was tripping acid out, popped his kid. 24 years on a night like this. What a life this is.
Putting on CBD right now.
You remember that dude?